When your dog gets wildly excited only when you come home, do you actually know what that means? You probably think it's just happiness. Maybe they're just excited to see someone after being alone. But behind that excitement, there's something deeper that most dog owners completely miss. It's one of the most emotional and instinctive things your dog can do. And if you misunderstand it, which most owners do, you might weaken your bond without even realizing it. Let's start with what this behavior really means. 1. The big misunderstanding. It's just excitement. You walk through the door. Your dog jumps, spins, tail wagging like crazy. But here's something strange. They don't react that way to everyone else. So why you? Most people think it's about excitement. They assume my dog is just energetic, or they're happy to see anyone. Here's what's actually happening. That reaction isn't random energy. It's a targeted emotional response. Your dog isn't celebrating a person. They're reacting to their person. That difference matters. Emotionally, your dog is releasing built-up tension the moment you return. It's not just joy, it's relief. Think about that for a second. While you were gone, your dog wasn't just waiting. They were in a low-level state of alertness. Even in a calm home, dogs don't fully switch off without their primary figure present. So when you walk in, that explosion of energy, that's the emotional release of you're back. My world is stable again. And here's where most owners get it wrong. They treat it like a small, everyday moment. But to your dog, it's one of the most important moments of their day. 2. The science. Your dog's brain literally changes when they see you. Let's go deeper. A 2015 study from Emory University found that when dogs smell or see their primary owner, the reward center in their brain lights up, similar to how humans respond to someone they deeply love. But here's what matters most. It's not just recognition, it's emotional preference. Here is what's actually happening. Your dog's brain releases dopamine, the same chemical ED to bonding and pleasure, but not equally. The response is significantly stronger for one specific person. Think about that for a second. Your dog isn't just happy you're home. Their brain is literally wired to prioritize you over others. And here's what most people don't realize. This isn't about who feeds them the most or who plays with them the longest. It's about emotional consistency. Who makes them feel safe? Who gives them structure? Who they rely on without thinking. That's the person their brain bonds to. And when that person returns, that overwhelming excitement is a biological response saying, my safe place is back. 3. The scent and pack connection. You are their base. Now let's talk about something even more powerful. Your dog doesn't experience you the way you experience them. They don't rely on sight first. They rely on scent. A 2021 study from the University of Helsinki found that dogs can identify their owner's scent even when it's hidden among dozens of others. But here's what matters. They don't just recognize your scent. They attach to it. Here's what's actually happening. Your smell becomes your dog's emotional anchor. It's the signal of safety, familiarity, belonging. Think about that for a second. When you leave the house, your scent slowly fades. And with it, your dog's sense of certainty. So when you return, bring your scent back into the space. It's not just, oh, you're home. It's my environment is whole. Again, this is pure pack behavior. In the wild, separation from the pack creates vulnerability. Reunion restores stability. And in your dog's world, you are that stability. You are not just someone they live with. You are their base. And hey, if this makes sense to you, hit like and subscribe. It helps us reach more dog owners who actually want to understand what their dog is really saying. 4. The instinct root. This starts from puppyhood. Here's where it gets even deeper. This behavior didn't start when your dog met you. It started when they were born. As puppies, dogs are completely dependent on their mother, warmth, food, protection, It all comes from one source. And when that source leaves, stress begins. Here's what's actually happening. That intense reunion excitement is a carryover from early survival instincts. When the caregiver returns, the puppy reacts with urgency, energy, and emotional release. Think about that for a second. That pattern never fully disappears. It just transfers from mother to you. And here's what most owners don't realize. Your dog isn't choosing this behavior consciously. It's wired into them. It's instinct saying, this individual keeps me safe. Stay close. Stay connected. And that's why the reaction feels so intense. Because deep down, it's not about greeting you. It's about reconnecting with the one they depend on. 5. They don't do this with everyone. And that's the point. Now ask yourself this. Does your dog react the same way when anyone else comes home? Probably not. Maybe they wag their tail. Maybe they say hello. But it's different. Less intense. Less emotional. Most people think this is just preference. But here's what's actually happening. Your dog is making a distinction. Not all humans are equal in their world. Think about that for a second. Dogs don't spread emotional attachment evenly. They invest it, and they invest it selectively. You are the one they've chosen based on trust, consistency, emotional safety. And here's the powerful part. That explosive greeting is not just excitement. It's recognition of importance. It's your dog saying, you matter more than the rest. That's why it feels so personal. Because it is. 6. The ultimate truth. It's not joy. It's relief and trust. Now let's bring everything together. You think your dog is just happy when you come home. But actually, they're relieved. Here's what's actually happening. While you're gone, your dog exists in a slightly incomplete state. Not panicked, not necessarily anxious, but not fully settled either. Think about that for a second. Your presence completes their environment emotionally, instinctively, so when you walk through the door, that reaction isn't just, I am happy to see you. It's, I can finally relax. And here's where it gets even deeper. That level of emotional release requires trust. Your dog trusts that. You will come back. You will protect them. You are their constant. And that trust is one of the most vulnerable things your dog can give you. Because in their world, dependence equals risk. But they choose it anyway with you. 7. The warning. If this suddenly stops, pay attention. Now here's something most people overlook. If your dog used to greet you like this and suddenly stops, don't ignore it. Here's what's actually happening. A change in greeting behavior often signals a deeper issue. It could be emotional withdrawal, stress, health problems, or even a shift in your relationship dynamic. Think about that for a second. That greeting isn't just a habit. It's a reflection of connection. So if it fades, something changed. And this is where most owners get it wrong. They assume the dog is just calmer now. But sometimes it means the bond is weakening. Or your dog doesn't feel the same level of security anymore. And that's not something to ignore. So next time your dog gets unbelievably excited when you come home, remember this. That's not just happiness. That's not just energy. That's emotional release. That's instinct. That's trust. That's your dog saying, you're the one I rely on. And that behavior, it was never small to your dog. And it shouldn't be small to you either.